Mueller, he's like everybody! And just so you know, Kristen and I do a bar show called This Is a Bar Show. It is a late night talk show, and like all late night talk shows, it has a very aptly and uncreative name. It is part of Joy of Camping, which is what brings you this debate this evening. Joy of Camping. Also produces Bell Bill Bill, which is a situational improv comedy that happens monthly and is currently in the Big City Improv Festival next week. It happens here the first Thursday of every month at the Monarch Tavern.
November 6th.
November 6th is the next one. Just so you know, the Monarch Tavern is filled with very nice people. I am wearing clothes from the Lost and Found that they gave me, because when I came here a half an hour earlier than everybody else, I got soaked, and my clothes actually got like ruined by the rain.
You should keep that, baby. It looks good.
Yeah, whoever lost this, I found it.
They lost the pants?
No, the pants are actually my soaking wet pants that got so heavy from rain, they're ripped in the undercrotch. The legs are so heavy with water. My pockets.
Turning me on.
I know. One more thank you from the Joy of Camping. Outside of the everyone, Monarch Tavern, everyone give your bartender a big round of applause. Here we go. And another very important person for Joy of Camping is, I guess, our general production manager person, Jonathan Brett, who set up all the chairs this evening, makes sure I have my nose, does the door for just about everything we do except for this, because this one was a freebie. Is there a hat? I was told there was a hat.
Sketchy.
Do you guys need to raise money and still anyone behind their budget? Because I was thinking maybe we could pass a hat. I didn't even spend all my budget. I've only paid.
So Jonathan Brennan, put your hands together for him. That's the our production manager who keeps us from drowning in our own manure. And please welcome back to the stage, sexy, angry grandma, way too informed clown, political puppet, the hippie who wants us all to jump because of global warming but was the last one on the stage, and a guy who's part of a teachers union. Okay, so it is the second half of the show, and I would like to start off by saying that elections are about slanderous claims, unsubstantiated boasting, and homophobic, sexist, racist slurs. In that spirit, please finish the following statement while directing it at another person on the stage. That statement is, yo mama.
Wow, let's see. Who's packing? None.
Yo mama.
Wow. Yeah, hey, Duck. Yeah, your mama's so quack. She never mentioned the big elephant in the room. The man with his hand up your ass. Wow. Hold that, Josh. I need some time to think about this. I just got this little duck head. Okay.
All of your mothers are, I'm sure, are very lovely people. I implore them to contact me if they have any questions, and I support childcare and women's issues and anything to do with mothers. And I like to date mothers. Grandmothers especially. They're like, it's like a finer wine. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Sketchy. Your mama's so fat, her blood takes ragu. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know, well, I'm told you, my mother's not, so you're okay. She's actually pretty sexy. All right, who's met my mother?
Woo! What up, mama?
He met her on Plenty of Fish. Actually, it's Ashley Madison, I think.
Who's due date?
J-Day.
I do, yo mama.
Who are your mama? The duck.
Yo mama!
Oh, okay.
I don't have yo mama jokes. I'm a duck. What do you want? Rapist. I love money. Listen, I was one of 14 ducklings. And there's only 2 of us left. That's right. And my sister, I call her Lefty. You know why?
No, why?
She's only got 1 wing. That's all. That's my jokes.
Chancellor Millard, your mama's so fat she affects the tides.
Thank you.
Your mama lays eggs.
Your mama probably gave you that hat. I know.
That's a venereal disease.
Your mama's so fat she's at risk for type 2 diabetes.
Oh, wow. Bring it down.
I thought the duck brought it down already, but wow. Christy, what do you
She buys medium at the Gap. So enough of that, let's get back to the in-depth response questions.
Okay.
Yay! Who's taking the lead on an in-depth response? I believe it's been Sketchy and it's been you. So you can't take the lead on this. Who's going to take the lead on the next in-depth response question? Okay.
Here we go. All right. Mike.
You get 2 minutes, everyone else gets 1. In order to be a world-class city, Toronto must be competitive with other cities. What will define a world-class city 10 years from now, and what can Toronto do to ensure that it is one?
World-class city is, you know what I want to do is build a Metronome, because I went to Harris Institute for the Arts. What it would do is bring Music City here. There's no reason why Toronto shouldn't have the huge festivals and everything that it does. I don't understand why Ontario Place isn't used in more efficient. We should be building a huge MMA studio because it's larger than WWF. What happens if we put in a gym that was so world-class that we had all the athletes trained here for that Ontario Place? We have an airport right there. Music City, what it would do, it would turn Hollywood, the way Hollywood is to movies, music would be to Toronto. I mean, I engineered music. I know what it's like to cut it and have it on the floor, and I play it to this day. I'm a bass player. I play it. I gave my grandson for his first Christmas a 5-piece drum kit. Because it's all about play your instrument, know your instrument, everything like that. Drum machine? No, that's not what it is. You know, when people turn around and say, yeah, I'm a DJ, you know, what you're doing is sampling other people's stuff is what you're doing. You didn't create it. You didn't come up with that, the time signature or anything like that. Paint, write, everything. Don't forget the arts. It's $1 billion industry. World-class city, Toronto should be that.
All right. I'd like to say that as an entertainer and a bass player too, that you are full of the truth. Wow, that was, I have no way of putting you down on that. It was actually a pretty good position. I don't know what, Josh may say something about knowing your instrument, but I'll let him, sorry, I just stole your joke. Think of a new one fast. You got between now and the duck. Yeah.
No, pass the mic.
Yeah.
Go.
Don't hold yourself.
Go for it. You go.
Oh, thank you. City of the future. I mean, Barbie's had some good thoughts actually about green roofs. We need to be environmentally conscious. We want to be the kind of city that people want to move to, and clearly people want to move to a place with clean air. It's been shown that if you have green roofs on all your buildings, you can actually lower the temperature of the city by several degrees, and so we'll save energy that way, be more comfortable.
Yeah, you want to have another power failure? You know what I mean? Put a grid up there.
Yeah, we should have solar panels on everything.
Yes, we should.
Also
we should.
supporting-
Our building should be more
Everything.
She's very right about being creative and supporting the arts. You know, the economy's moving towards a creative economy. So Richard Florida talks about making the city appealing to the creative class. We want the best technology people, the best artists to come here. And Ari Goldkind had a very good observation during the arts debate when he was talking about how important transit is for the arts. And they kept trying to shut him down, saying, no, talk about the arts. But he's like, no, if artists can get around the city and can live in sort of less expensive areas and can travel everywhere, they'll probably bring more.
That was your minute.
Now you.
What Josh said. It's good. Greening and whitening of roofs. Is it roofs or roofs?
Where's the fact checker on that?
Fact check.
Fact check. Roofs.
Roofs. I would say roofs. Maybe it's the East Coast.
That's the East Coast thing.
Roofies.
Roofies.
You're not
That's
the
also an
duck.
East Coast thing.
It's because of the
It's the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Okay, anyway, greening and whiting of roofs. Roofs. I did it again. I'm putting the...
That was a
Cut
double.
down. Just cut off the bar.
I feel like I've talked for 45
Blow the roof
seconds.
off, baby, blow it off.
Okay. Right now, Toronto actually has a policy on green roofs. Toronto could be doing something cheaper with respect to white roofs. That is another issue.
Sounds racist to me.
That sounds pretty good.
It reflects sunlight. It keeps the greenhouse gases sort of moving around as opposed
Can
to
you flip in the
staying
winter so we warm up?
You need like a roof that's like
I have
those
an interesting
glasses that
story
turn
about
into
the RBC
sunglasses.
Center with the gold windows. You know how the RBC, this is off topic.
What's in it?
Okay, so off topic, this is
Okay.
useless trivia. Back in the 90s, the RBC Center downtown decided to put gold plating on its windows. So if you go downtown,
It's actually copper.
it's gold. It's
gold.
Yeah, they're all plastic.
That was your minute.
We'll come back to it.
We get to find out whether there was gold or copper windows next time.
Facts checking backlog, green roofs do indeed mitigate the urban heat island effects. Now I will look up the RBC building gold windows.
Thank you.
You got a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I think your Music City plan for Ontario Place is beautiful. But I've already got plans in place for my duck theme park. Yes, it's going to be beautiful. Rides, little legs for the kiddies. Duck things everywhere.
The water is cool.
Temporary feather tattoos.
So you're both right. The exteriors of the structures are largely covered with gold/bronze glass with tan granite accents. So there you go.
Can you look up the actual ingredients of bronze? Do you know it's tin and copper? Is that?
Oh wait, I want to finish the story too.
Tin and copper?
Okay, so when they put gold plating on there, the TD Center next door decided to sue RBC. So they sued RBC because in the summertime, the gold and bronze and everything
Gold-colored.
the gold-colored windows were reflecting sunlight into the TD Center. TD Center said, we're going to sue because our air conditioning costs are increased. RBC countersued because in the wintertime, they were actually saving them money. So these two banks are suing
bank
and
lawyers.
suing. Fortunately, there was a judge who prevailed, threw the case out of court, but anyway. I just wanted to share that.
TV painting its building black.
Win-win.
Well, that is the worst color to paint a building because it keeps the most heat in.
Which is
White
awesome in the
roads.
winter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ladies, am I right? Yeah, thank you.
What?
Bronze is typically composed of 88% copper and 12% tin.
Thank you.
But it can say almost anything.
Everyone, a round of applause. Who wants to take the next one? I think that you'll take it. So that means you're the duck.
I'm last.
You get the last question. The last
Okay.
duckling.
I'm ready.
But we're gonna after this we're gonna have some other things that we're gonna have to do
Okay.
before we get there. Okay. So report after report shows that the arts are an extremely profitable investment for cities to make, with every dollar spent driving up sales in restaurant, bars, and hotels. Even babysitters get a cut of the action and tax revenues go sky high. Everyone benefits except for the artists who end up back in the public trough year after year looking for more grant money. What do you think should be done, if anything, to improve life for artists in the city?
More grant money.
2 minutes.
Really? Okay. With the other 1 minute 55 seconds, really, I think Toronto should be prioritizing arts, putting more money towards the arts. One of the things on my platform, shameless plug, mayorbiller.com. I've got my platform there. I've talked about an artist in residence is something that the City of Toronto should have. City of Toronto should have an artist in residence to not only make that something that's a very visible priority for the city, but it's a way of directing some of the different things that are happening within the city, having an official voice of the city speaking for arts, and just being able to promote that much more than what we already do. I think we have a lot of really good things like focus on the arts in the city, but it's not a cohesive focus. So there are a lot of different things going on, and any weekend you can go to street fairs, or you can go to art shows, or Illuminato, you can go to, what was the one? Couple weekends ago?
Nuit Blanche.
Thank you, Nuit Blanche. I was in Ottawa for Oktoberfest. Anyway, Nuit Blanche, things like that, they happen, but there's not necessarily a focus to bring in a broader audience from around the world or around the province. And I think getting more money for things like that and getting a focus on it is something that makes Toronto that much better than what it already is.
Would you support a entertainment tax for tourists? Like a hotel tax that would be levied in the downtown car?
I would have to think about that, to be honest.
We do have one.
Can I rebuttal that?
Do we?
Yeah, we have one tax.
All right.
It doesn't go to the arts though.
When it comes to artists, let me tell you, working in the industry for that long, because I told you I was an audio engineer, what happened was Brian Mulroney many years ago put something called the NAFTA agreement and made it very hard for Canadians to go anywhere in the world and turn around and make money like that. So we need to turn around, we need to lift that tax so that our artists can go anywhere. We crush Nickelback for going off and for breaking in somewhere else. Canadians shouldn't have to break anywhere else. We should be able to have the same everything that a Canadian artist has. And this bullshit about this Canadian content and everything, and this 1/3 that we need to do, that has to stop as well. If we want to be international artists and be internationally known, let me tell you, we got to take that tax off of it. That's what we got to do. There you go, that's what we got to do.
Wait, we got a fact
Drop
check.
the mic there.
Before we time your minute, what's the fact check?
Well, if you Google entertainment tax, the first thing you get is the Wikipedia page for the history of the entertainment tax in India, which seems to have to do with discouraging large gatherings of people under British colonial rule because they were afraid if too many people got together to watch a movie or a play, they would rise
Do we have a
up
sound to cut off Kristen Mueller-Heaslip? The sound of my voice, yes.
The NAFTA agreement made Canadian music, they call it folk music.
She was talking about India.
No, but,
Yeah.
that's what they did.
So I'm opposed to the entertainment tax on those grounds.
I'll bring that back up later because I don't think it's. Anyways, deal.
All right, Jeff.
One minute.
You know what? The city already gives out a whole bunch of arts grants. I happen to be a recipient of that. You know what? I think it's stupid. Why is the city? No, don't cheer that. I shouldn't get it. Fucked up clown. I shouldn't get any money whatsoever. But no, the city also becomes a gateway to this big wad of cash they give out. I think there's better ways the city can support artists and to make artists happen themselves. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a new type of zoning. So they have, it should be an artist zoning, so live, work, artist, studio zoning, okay? Because artists need some space to work in, so they can't have an apartment and they can't have a studio, it's really expensive. So to help artists out, so we'll have a whole new type of zoning, so the Landlord and Tenant Act will protect the artists, and they have a space to perform in, and they can throw wicked parties and they invite drunk clowns to it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that train of thought. I mean, oh, sorry.
Well, he's going now. It's his minute.
Oh, well, he was talking already. Listen, I think art just has to happen. I mean, how much government support can you get? You're going to get a whole bunch of flowers, okay? Artists need to be against the man.
Says the guy at a CBC show for 8 years? Fuck you.
I'm just a duck.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of having an artist zone, because what we need to do is make the city more affordable for artists to live in. Because, like I was saying, if we can have transit connecting the entire city, then artists can reasonably live in further areas of the city where it's more affordable, and they can get back downtown, they can do what they need to do. And fuck you, Duck.
To give him his minute, that's a sensible. If houses are cheaper out in the inner suburbs, and if artists can afford to live there and get quick and efficient transit back downtown, you would support them. That's what you're trying to say.
Because I mean, as an artist myself, I'm an actor, a songwriter, a drawer, illustrator, that kind of thing. I understand that it's tough to make money. It's tough to make money as an artist, so we need to be able to have artists be able to live in the city. Right now, we just have really expensive condos, and an artist who needs to be able to focus on their art can't necessarily live there. So the more affordable we can make the city, the more places we can have for them to live affordably and work, the more artists will want to be here, and it'll benefit us all. Because, as you said, like investing in the arts is good for the city. If we just hand out grants, not everybody gets a grant. You got to apply for it. It's just for certain projects.
Thank you. So Chatty Corner over here had some questions. So if you're going to be so kind to speak up through someone's answer, why don't you ask a question and then shut up so they can answer?
This isn't as shallow as it's going to seem at first. I think it's a great way to ascertain someone's personality. I'd like to know when you're looking for electronic companionship, what your keywords are. All of you.
Key search words. Your top 3 key search words, each contestant.
Sorry, keep for what though?
If you're
Sorry.
Electronic
Oh,
companionship.
that's easy. Just Pornhub. That's what I do. No, seriously, Pornhub, instant. There you go. Woo!
Pregnant clown erections.
I'm gonna answer for Josh. Milks. Milks.
Yeah, MILFs, very true. And I also, lately I've been, putting in my OkCupid search PhD, because I value intelligence, I find it very sexy, and I've also Googled screenwriter, just because I find I'm fascinated with people who are able to come up with stories, and guitar I like. I dreamed of meeting a girl who would sing songs to me.
That's a long Google search.
Profile.
It's just a picture of Jim Neighbors. Very specific.
Actually, that was my Google search. Erotic gym neighbors.
Fantastic.
Rock and Jim Neighbors look.
So on the arts thing, because these people hated the idea of having moved to the inner suburbs.
Wait, I do have a real answer though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody with a reverse corkscrew.
So, these guys, the artists in the corner that are dressed like clowns, did not like the idea of moving out to the suburbs. New York style, preferred tenants rates, yes or no?
Yes.
Sure.
Tennis rates?
Preferred
Tenants
tenants
rates.
rates. The city subsidizes landlords for renting out to specific types of tenants.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Fucking pay your own way. Hippies.
I think it's be up to the landlord. Yeah, be absolutely up to the landlord.
So you don't think the government should get involved? Okay.
She owns property, fuck her.
Do we have another question over here?
I have another question.
Wait, no, you asked one. The lady beside you didn't get to ask one. This lovely woman would like to ask a question.
Okay, so I have an idea. So all those condos, right, are being bought by offshore people and they're lying empty because they're just indefinite. So if the city government, and I do have a question, if the city government gives them a significant tax break to let artists live there, well, boom, we don't need rent, but we've got artists living downtown for free.
For taxes, yeah.
And I have a question, okay, this is for the dock, it's a transportation question.
Yeah.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road? The duck.
The chickens?
Yeah, you should be able to.
It was stapled to the dock.
Thank you! I like his line. Staple to the duck.
Stable to the duck.
I don't know, I'm not a one-liner guy. I don't talk to the chickens. If you ever talk to a chicken, they are crazy. You're racist!
They have reverse corkscrews, though. Did you know that?
They don't. I've tried. Even when they're dead, you still can't fit it.
Can I say something about rape? Honestly?
Sure.
Woo! Okay. It isn't rape if you push back. No, it's pushing.
And drop the mic.
Okay, so I'm at the back table now, and I've got a woman who has a lot to say beside it.
Oh!
Is there someone here specifically you'd like to ask a question to on the stage? Come on, one question.
Okay, so we're all Toronto. I have a lot of issues. I talk to a real variety of people all the time, every day, and I'm really fascinated about what makes the city click. And I get really grassroots. I get the privilege of hearing corporate fucking problems, street problems. Really, I think that I'd like to hear an opinion on fluorescent painting on the road and limited construction time for crews.
Limited construction time. That's a real question. Limited construction time. Who would like to answer that question?
Yeah, me.
All right.
Okay, we're not very good to answer on limited construction time.
Limited construction time? I live on Ossington. I live on Ossington. I've lived in this area for 44 years, lived, born, everything. Let me tell you, construction times, Absolutely. I don't know why half these people are out there doing the jobs that they're doing for as long as they're doing. It is absolutely unnecessary. Yeah, I agree. My God, it's ridiculous.
You know what disrupts construction times? So what happens is they have a lot of software and they project manage this, and it's like it's all optimized. And then someone calls up and says, "Hey, Rob Ford, there's a pothole in front of my house business grandmother's laneway." And then he calls the guy in charge of this and says, "Someone needs to get there right now." And so he has to go to his optimized schedule and he's got to pull someone out. And that can fuck up construction for weeks.
You know what though? When we had the flood on Ossington, they dug everything up, okay? They dug everything up to put in new sewer systems. And then they came exactly 1 year later and turned around and sealed the construction that they had already done. Why didn't they do it the first time? Could have been done the first time.
Because you didn't call Rob Ford, that's why.
So I'm over here, standing behind people and frightening them. What question would you want to any particular candidate?
Can I ask one to all of them?
I'm sure.
So a lot of people are concerned that the condos being created in the city now are going to have glass that will fall off.
Oh my God, I was one of those people that the glass fell off yeah.
Oh,
My glass fell down. You know what I did? I lived on the 35th floor, Fort York Boulevard. My glass fell down when that happened up in the BC. And you know what they did? They came up, and it was 6 weeks at a tournament for them to turn around and fix it. They came up and they said to me, I live on the 35th floor, don't go out there. I think that would have been, that would have been given. But, you know, honestly, I was one of those people.
So how would you solve that for the average Torontonian walking around as a pedestrian? Hard hats, tunnels, or other?
Okay, so let's have the man with the mic answer it.
Yeah, well, I was also one of those people. I think the condo above me was the very first one where the balcony glass exploded. And I looked out my window, and my balcony was covered with shattered glass. I was home that day, and I thought somebody had been shot and had fallen through the balcony, and there was a hole in the tent underneath. I live above Tiff Bell Lightbox, so there was a party area. And they said, the property manager told me, oh, an ashtray fell. I'm like, I don't think it was an ashtray. It was like a bomb. But then we found out that, yeah, the glass was exploding. So what they did, they covered the whole building with green mesh for like a year. We're not on our balconies. I think the only answer is, yeah, we have to tunnel underground and all live there. Because every building right now is built with this cheap glass, and they didn't anticipate, oh, it gets cold in the winter and stuff. So, yeah, we need to hide. And
Every condo is being built with windows that are on a 5-year warranty made in China right now.
yeah, and I think that's why...
Okay, we need a fact check on that one.
Okay.
So I would think the solution would be not allowing those windows.
Okay, so not serious answer, hard hats, because you know what, hard hats, think of it, impromptu village people type of like celebrations going on. That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Native headgear is considered
happening
racist
right
now, so we can't.
And you're not even wearing a hard hat, it's a top hat.
So do we have a fact check?
Apparently there was a hard
It's
hat.
about timing. We advise most clients to get out before the 5-year mark.
Yeah.
It's a magic number because after 5 years the warranties are expired, so we're going to call that one true.
That's terrifying. Okay, so what is the solution to that?
Okay, so not serious answer, hard hat. Serious
answer.
Serious answer, the OMB. Yeah, you know me. The OMB
Ontario
is...
Municipal Board, for you who don't follow it.
Thank you, Sketchy. Is something that's mandated by the province. They have a lot of oversight on what gets built in the city, and even if communities or individuals in a small area of the city say, hey, we don't want a 37-floor monstrosity going up, there's very little recourse that citizens have in the city. So somebody comes in and says, yeah, I want to build a condo, it's all of glass. Citizens like yourself might say, this is stupid, why do we want this thing that's built with glass that has a warranty of 5 years, everyone's moving out, nobody cares about this building, it's going to be like a slum in 15, 20 years from now. OMB is something through the province that usually pushes these projects through. The city has very little say in what actually gets built or doesn't get built. So one of the ideas would be getting that ownership back from the OMB to the city and having the city put limits on things like glass. put limits on things like stupid-looking buildings. And stupid
Make
looking.
developers have responsibility.
Stupid looking doesn't mean like the crystal. So I was talking to a guy named Ed back here,
Okay.
and we were talking about the crystal. The
I think
crystal,
that's-
you love it, you hate it. It's something that's interesting. It's not stupid looking. Boring is stupid. So you want the city to look more interesting. You want it to be better. You
Cut
want
him
it
off,
to
he's
be.
making me look stupid.
Sorry, I'll stop there. Thank you.
Duck needs
Okay, so, we're going to talk about the glass still?
Oh, well,
Yeah, we only have 2 people there.
well, I just think we can all look forward to a one of those futuristic dystopias so soon. Giant buildings with no glass in them and people on their internet with strange helmets.
Okay, I have a quick yay or nay question to go across for all of you, just yes, no. Would you guys want to open transit on Sunday at like 6 o'clock in the morning?
No.
Yeah. Barbie and I need to get home.
Exactly.
So 2 days, 1 no, he said no.
What time does it start right now? I've never been on that.
No,
9
9
o'clock.
o'clock.
9 a.m. That's
No,
ridiculous.
that's the subway. The rest of transit runs all night long.
Okay, it's just the subway that starts at 9.
If there's a demand. Again, it's one of those things we tried for a month to see if we could.
Yeah, do you want a keg in the morning? Beer's gonna go bad.
The beer is going to go bad at 6 o'clock.
You know what you do? You just live downtown. That's what I did. I lived downtown.
Go live at Queen Backers.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
what you do.
Oh, he does.
So I want this to go to, this is the final in-depth response question. Chandler Millard,
Okay.
you get the final one. Chandler Millard, you have been elected mayor.
Oh, shit.
As mayor, what would you ensure got done before city council stripped you of all of your powers?
Well,
2 minutes.
well,
Hold on. How long does
It's Chandler Millard's 2 minutes. It's 6 o'clock, lady. Restart is 2 minutes.
Hour, 2 minutes.
before they strip me of my power, I would start with Chinatown. I would end the carnage. Okay? This is not a racial issue. This is nothing about that. This is about cruelty. This is about a disgusting massacre.
It's called karma.
Stop the genocide!
You know why they would strip Chandler Millard of his powers? Because he migrates south. He spends half his year down in the United States.
Exactly. If the
Bingo.
porn star didn't live here, how come you're on the ballot?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's Mike over there. Increase the more pain delivered to the
Are
duck.
we answering or we're just piling up the duck?
We're
Okay.
all
The phone has wet feet.
Not sure where that one went.
I got nothing to say. You know, I voted for Millard.
Yeah?
Well, because it kind of rhymes with Billard or Billard, but yeah, anyway, I would never want you to lose your power. So
Can you fact check his vote?
Yeah.
No, can it?
It's a secret. So you know what? I agree. Like Chinatown. Sorry to hear about your loss of your family. And yeah,
Yeah, it's rough.
I appreciate the fact that you're.
He's got Peking duck stuck between his teeth. Don't listen to him.
It does taste delicious.
But if I could do one thing before if I was elected mayor, I would make Kensington Market car-free all the time. I think it would be like an epic world-class little event.
Just before you do that, because I'm going to give you each 1 minute to summarize why you should be mayor. What would you do as mayor?
Okay, well, since I've got the mic, I would start with that. Make the city downtown more livable for human beings. It's not just a highway. It's I'd want more pedestrian areas, like maybe even John Street to be pedestrian. I think it's just amazing when we closed down King Street this year for TIFF. You see how many people flock into the streets, and you've got restaurants coming out, their patios and everything. So have Kensington Market car free. Put bike lanes on every road. Like it's ridiculous at this point. It should just be a city where you can bike safely anywhere you want. Green roofs everywhere, more arts festivals, partner up with other cities for their expertise, like, we're supposed to do with Austin, we'll partner with Paris on culinary arts or whatever. Just make this an amazing city to live in. Like Barbie was talking about, turn Ontario Place into some epic place. Maybe it's an amusement park, maybe it's a training place, but it's just such a waste of space. And I find that Toronto, we get you know, in these little arguments whether we're privatizing garbage or whether we're going to have a subway or not, there's just so much more we could do as
Okay, so I guess what I would do is just leverage more of what Toronto is already. Toronto's awesome. It could be awesomer. We're a city of seconds. So TIFF, second biggest film fest in the world. Hot Docs, second biggest documentary film fest in the world, next to Rotterdam. All these street festivals, all the fairs, all the art shows, all the art installations that we have. We have so many seconds, and we always think of ourselves as not quite like we're like beta version New York or beta version LA. We should really be looking at ourselves as we have the best of all these places around the world, and we have a way of leveraging that to say, yeah, you can travel to Berlin, you can travel to LA, you can travel to all these places, or you can come to one place and find everything here. So I think throwing a lot of emphasis on what we have, making it even more awesome than what we already have, would be probably the main focus. Thank you.
Well, okay, I got a few more. Listen, I would like Toronto to loosen up. Okay? Everybody's walking around this city. Nobody's getting laid. Nobody's talking to each other. I think people just need to just loosen up and be glad to be here, for Christ's sake.
Of course, the rapist would say that.
Oh, yeah. I've been married to the same duck for 17 years.
Oh my God, Duck's a good kisser. Here's what I say, is what I always say. Don't vote for me. Good God, don't vote for me.
We want to.
I know you want to, but no, don't vote for me. But, you want to make this a better place. And I like what these guys are saying. Loosen up. What the hell did you say? Who knows? You had something intelligent. I don't know. I'm going to say something stupid.
I love you, Sketchy.
I'm going to say Squishy loves Sketchy.
We all love Sketchy.
Everyone loves Sketchy.
We love Sketchy.
I think you're okay.
Don't vote for me, but it's really important that you do go out and vote. And look into the different candidates. We've got you come out and you listen to these candidates. You know what? They would make fine mayors, I'm sure, other than the guy who would be absent for 6 months a year. Ooh.
Texas! It's beautiful!
Yeah, I've been there. I don't think so. So don't vote for me. I got shot 4 times in Texas.
No, it's their experience in Texas. That's the problem. But
Luckily, Cal-
here,